I'm Bill Hilton. I've just cut this dado here. No big deal. It's just a square-walled, flat-bottom groove cut across the grain. Use a commonplace straight bit. Clamp a straight edge to guide the cut. Zip! Cut's done. This simple cut makes a great joint. It's been used for centuries to make bookcases, cabinets, and cupboards. Cut a dado in one port and fit the end of the mating piece into it. The dado aligns the parts during assembly. The shoulder supports the shelf and whatever is loaded onto it. The upper shoulder and the lower shoulder combine to prevent this piece from cupping. The only stress the joint doesn't effectively resist is tension. That is, it's easy to pull the shelf, or whatever this part is, out of the side. Only glue or fasteners can resist that stress on this joint. Keep in mind that to get a strong joint, you must make the cut the correct width. If the cut's too wide, then glue isn't going to compensate. The joint will be weak. This dual fence jig is an effective way to guarantee that snug fit, regardless of the material you are working with. You make it to use with your router, or one particular router if you have more than one, and a specific bit, say a 3/8 inch or a 1/2 inch bit. As you can see, the jig has two fences. One is glued and screwed to the two cross pieces, and the other is adjustable. When the two fences are as close together as you can make them, the router will just fit between them, and the cut that is made will match the diameter of the bit that you've chosen to use. Any width but the minimum you route in 2 or more passes. Guide the router initially along one fence, then guide it back along the other fence. Because the two fences trap the router, you can't miscut the dado, regardless of the direction you move the router. The adjustability enables you to cut custom width dados. If you work with material of varying thickness, especially plywood or other veneered stock, this jig is your friend. Here's a 3/8 inch dado, a dado for 1/2 inch plywood, which is not a 1/2 inch, for 3/4 inch plywood, which is not 3/4 inch, and you can cut very wide dados of 1.25 inches and even more. The best way to adjust the adjustable fence is to use a couple of scraps of the material you intend to house in the dado. Put them between the fences, tighten the fence against them, and tighten it down. Got it locked in place. Lift those pieces out. The cut will be exactly this wide, this thickness, and so you'll have a perfect fit. We're ready to clamp the jig to the workpiece. I want the shoulder of the dado to be right on this line, so I align the fence base right on the line, and I make sure the crossbar is tight against the edge of the work. If you use a big enough clamp, one will be enough to secure the jig to the work and both to the workbench. Now we're ready to cut. Now that I've cut this, I've got this dado, I'm going to leave this clamped to the workpiece, loosen this, and see how my workpiece fits. And I would say, voila, a perfect fit. It's easy when you know how.